On the night of March 1, 1932, someone climbed a crude ladder to the second-floor nursery of Charles Lindbergh's remote New Jersey home and took his 20-month-old son. The empty crib, the chilling ransom note left on the sill, a nation held its breath. This was not merely a crime. It was an affront to America's most revered hero, swiftly dubbed the crime of the century. The ransom was paid. The baby was found dead. Charles Lindbergh, the first man to fly solo across the Atlantic, was more than an aviator. He was a living legend. His 1927 flight had catapulted him into unparalleled global stardom, transforming him into an icon of American courage and ingenuity. This immense public adoration, however, cast a long shadow over his private life, attracting relentless media scrutiny and unwanted attention. His every move was a headline. The early 1930s were a time of deep economic despair, yet also an era of burgeoning mass media. Radio brought news instantly into homes, and newspapers chronicled every development with breathless intensity. The Lindberghs sought refuge from this spotlight in their newly built, secluded mansion in Hopewell, New Jersey. It was here, in this supposed sanctuary, that the unthinkable occurred, shocking a depression-weary public. Within days, the kidnappers sent further demands, each note marked with a distinctive interlocking circle symbol. Desperate, Lindbergh followed their instructions, eventually contacting a retired school principal, Dr. John Condon, dubbed Jaff-C by the press. On April 2, Condon met a man in a Bronx cemetery, handing over $50,000 in marked gold certificates. The nation watched and waited, hoping for young Charles Augustus Lindbergh Jr.'s safe return. Tragically, just over 2 months after the kidnapping, a truck driver discovered the child's badly decomposed body near a roadside in the nearby woods. The hopes of a nation were shattered. The official cause of death was a massive skull fracture, likely sustained during the initial abduction. This discovery transformed the search from a rescue mission into a homicide investigation, deepening the public's outrage and grief. The trail, though cold for over 2 years, was finally ignited by the distinctive ransom money. One of the marked gold certificates surfaced at a New York gas station in September 1934. Police traced the bill to a German immigrant carpenter named Bruno Richard Hauptmann. His garage contained stacks of the ransom money, and he possessed an undeniable connection to the distinctively crafted ladder used in the abduction. Hauptmann's trial, sensationalized by the press, quickly became a media circus. The prosecution presented a powerful narrative, tying Hauptmann to the notes, the ladder, and the cash. Yet, from the start, serious questions arose concerning witness testimony and the exact timeline of events. Doubts persisted about whether one man alone could have planned and executed such a complex crime without any assistance. Historians and legal experts have since scrutinized the evidence, highlighting several significant flaws in the investigation. The identification of Hauptmann's handwriting on the ransom notes, for instance, relied heavily on disputed expert analysis. Furthermore, claims of police coercion and questionable photographic evidence have led many to believe Hauptmann may have been a scapegoat, perhaps involved, but not the sole perpetrator. The pressure for a conviction was immense. Bruno Hauptmann was ultimately convicted and executed in 1936, proclaiming his innocence to the very end. The case led directly to the Lindbergh Law, making kidnapping a federal crime and giving the FBI greater jurisdiction. Yet, despite the verdict, the controversy surrounding the investigation and trial never truly faded. The shadow of suspicion lingered over other potential figures. The Lindbergh kidnapping remains one of the most iconic and debated crimes in American history, its narrative forever etched into the national consciousness. Generations have puzzled over the inconsistencies, the missing pieces, and the tantalizing hints of a wider conspiracy. The full truth of that cold March night, and who truly scaled that ladder, may never be known.